Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new here, I'm all about empowering you with the tools and strategies to transform your life and career. Now, today, right now, I'm sitting in my garage and I decided to make this video because this is one of the things that has been the biggest obstacle for me um, in most of the areas of my life because I tend to set a high standard, for myself, a very high standard, the benchmark, like I have to be there since I was in school. And I was a brilliant student. I'm not bragging about myself, but that's the truth. And I always used to win. And the definition of a winner has always been like, um, becoming a number one, right? So when the reality, I have gone through the reality in life, like after the school, like, the college and the uni, and my definition of, being number one was completely transformed with the experience. So that is the reason that I'm bringing up this topic today, that excellence over perfectionism, right? So there's a difference between uh, striving for perfection or striving for the excellence. By the way, it's raining outside. It's a beautiful weather. And I think it's 8:30 in the morning right now in Sydney. And I'm feeling a bit sick as well. Last night I was craving for an ice cream and I just had it just because I was craving it a lot. And now I got a sore throat and, a bit of a flu. But anyways, so coming back to the topic, that excellence over perfectionism. Now, this applies a lot in terms of business as well. First of all, that you need to see that what are your own standards, because that is the basics that you need to, in the first place, restructure, in your head, in your life, that what are your values, what are your standards, what are your principles, what do you strive for, right? If you have been, like me, like always being number one, and at some point of your life you didn't reach that number, and then you be like, oh, I'm a failure and I'm not feeling good. I tell you, like, I used to get very depressed if I'm not holding a number one position in the class. It was about, do or die for me. It was like that. And even it still make me feel really bad, because when I was in third grade, I got a second position and one of my friends, she got first. And since then, like, I made a promise to myself that I'm going to be number one, no matter what, right? And then I started striving for that, but subconsciously it created something like a kind of uh, persona, or you can say a standard. Basically, that's the right word, a standard of being perfect. If I'm not number one, then I'm not good. So it's kind of like extremism. You getting my point? So on one hand, like, I'm becoming, an extremism, like extremist, like, I have to be number one, and if I'm number two, then I'm not good enough. I'm no good, right? And it was actually impacting me in a negative way. That I was having a lot of anxiety. I was into, a lot of stress, and whatever I was doing, then I stopped doing that as well. I've gone through this many, many times after my school. So, and also because it has been wired, it has been conditioned for a very long time. I face this, when I started my business. And that is the reason that I'm making this video for the guys, for the people like who are looking to get started with their business. Don't aim for perfectionism. Perfectionism doesn't exist, right? And in the race of perfectionism, we often, you know, belittle our small efforts, right? We don't care about it. Like we just don't focus on the small wins even, because even the small step matters, because these are the baby steps that are going to get you there where you want to be, right? Ultimate business success, right? Making good money out of it, enjoying your life, whatever the way you want. So understanding, the concept of perfection becoming a perfection, running after the perfectionism, and striving for excellence is very important. Now, I'm not saying that you just don't focus, and if you're winning and you just sit in comfort zone, that's another extreme. Like people who start winning, step by step, there is a danger that they also get into the comfort zone and they don't strive for, improvements. There is always a room for improvement in anything you are doing, not only for business. And a lot of times, even before the launch of the business, we are so stuck, we are not sure, like, there are a lot of factors, by the way, kicked in, like your belief system, where you're coming from, how you are conditioned, a lot of things. And you keep making changes, in the business model, on the website, and the products and services. No, this doesn't look good. Let's do this, let's do that. And if you keep doing that, you will never reach the point where you're ready to launch the business. All right, so that is one of the things that you need to look into that. As soon as you're ready, as soon as the basic things are done, especially in my book that I've just released. It's the free ebook. I'm going to put the link again underneath this video. Go and download this book and read it. Right? Do the activities that I have mentioned so that you can keep moving. You got to keep moving. You cannot get stuck. Perfectionism can get you stuck, right? You will be in the loop and going round and round and round, and at the end of the day, it is going to bring you anxiety. It is going to give you stress. It is going to give you a feeling of imposter syndrome, that you are not good enough. We are not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm just, got out of bed and, just, now sitting in my garage and making this video talking about, perfectionism and, the excellence. I didn't wait, to be in a perfect condition, and to show up. And that's how you train yourself, for consistency and discipline and all that stuff. So coming back to our topic. So perfectionism is basically the killer of progress. Always remember that. Maybe just write it down on a notepad, or a sticky note, and put it in front of you wherever you see it every single day, pretty much. So don't strive for perfectionism. See where you are at, but give your best. That's not what I'm saying, that don't give your best. Give your best. But don't get stuck in that loop. I can do it better. I can do it better. You can always do it better. And especially in the business, when you get the feedback, from the customers, from your clients, that is the right strategy to make changes in your business. You bring your idea to the life, you make it ready for launch, and then just launch it. Acquire some clients, acquire some customers, and then tweak according to their feedback. I'm sure it won't be completely, a piece of, it's garbage. Whatever you're going to launch, that's the thing that you need to have in your mind. And also, don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself with your competitors, like especially in the start. Oh my God, they're doing better. Yes, define your unique selling proposition. What is your unique selling point? Why the customer is coming and going to buy from you but not from your competitor? That is the solid point that you need to focus on. Once you have that and your pricing point is all right, your website is up and running, you can go and launch your business and start offering your products and services to the customers or clients, right? And then request them for the feedback. Like what I personally do if I'm getting started with the new business, I run some free programs, I just provide some free services, just to gauge the response from the customer, right? And how can I improve my service and product? How can I actually, tailor to the level that it is satisfying, the needs of the customer. It's not about, always remember, it's not about our product or service, it's about the solution that we are providing to our customer or clients for their problem, right? So when you are giving your best, you are utilizing your best of the abilities, right? You are striving for, more knowledge. You are upgrading your skill. You are getting discipline because you have to give your best, right? So giving your best is the number one key criteria, but don't get stuck and don't feel, that you're not good enough. Don't let imposter syndrome kick in your head, because that is going to get you stuck and you're not going to go anywhere, except that you will be stressed out and you will eventually say that the business doesn't work for me, right? And these were the basic things. So when you give your best, you're automatically striving for excellence. You are trying to become the best version of yourself. And I tell you, it's a lifelong learning process. You always set your higher standards. I was listening to one of my coach the other day, and he was telling his students, like, one of his students became so rich, like at the age of 18 years, and now he's suffering with the mental health issues. Like, what to do? He got everything what he wanted. So always set higher goals for yourself, and set higher standards, like where you want to go. Make it, so that you can keep moving. You have something to hold on to, your reason, like how you want to redefine your purpose. Once you reach your goal, set high standards. That's what Tony Robbins says. That keep setting higher standard. He's written a very good book. I just can't remember the name exactly. Awaken the Giant Within, something like that. So I'll put the name in the underneath in the description. Once I'll just double check what's exactly the name of the book. So that's where he talks about, like, keep setting high standards, and that's what keep you going on, right? And another thing, like, I want to address, if any mother is here and who's watching me, and I would like to say, like, we as women and mothers especially, we always have that, we carry that kind of guilt that we are not good enough, we are not present for our children, because we always trying to be perfect, like, in all our areas of life, like, be a good wife, be a good daughter, be a good the mother. And one of my goals in life, I have actually written on my whiteboard in front of right in front of me, like in my office, that this should be one of my goals. Like, I have to be a good wife, I have to be a good daughter, I have to be a good mother, good sister, and XYZ. These are my roles, right? Now, there is no harm in achieving, a level of goodness, but we need to understand that we are humans. At the end of the day, we can't be perfect. The problem happens when we start striving, to become a perfect version of ourselves. Be the best version of yourself. Try to achieve the excellency in your life, but not become, not run after the perfectionism. Because then you will become a robot pretty much. You will feel like, oh my god, I'm a robot, I have to do this. You shouldn't have to do anything. It has to be, your internal desire, and you have to enjoy those moments, whatever you are doing, be it you're fulfilling your responsibility as a wife, as a daughter, as a mother, or doing your business, to grow yourself. You should be able to enjoy those moments. And how come that enjoyment and excitement kicks in? That's when you are in the mindset that I am striving to become a best version of myself. Oh my god, look at the future self. What have I become? What can I become, when I reach there? All right, so then you will not get stuck in that loophole of perfectionism. And it pretty much applies in all other areas of our life. Whenever we run after perfectionism, we always end up with frustration, stress, anxiety, and when it takes an extreme, it reaches to extreme, then it can take a shape of depression as well. Right? So these are my little nuggets for today's video, and drop in the comments below what did you learn about, perfectionism and excellence, and what you are striving for. Are you striving for perfectionism in your other areas of life, or you think you are trying to be a best version of yourself and you're striving for excellency? All right. So take good care of yourself, and don't forget to download my book. I will drop a link in the comments, in the description below underneath this video. Subscribe my channel and share this video with anyone who's looking, who's you think that is trying to be perfect all the time and is always stressed out. Share this video with them. It can help them. All right. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.